Breaking news: the confession that stopped the cameras. Soo Kai's shocking declaration of love to Tan Songyun, a behind-the-scenes story, fiction. The set that changed everything. The sun had just dipped behind the mountains as the production crew prepared for one of the final emotional scenes of As Beautiful as You. The courtyard was dressed in soft lantern light, fluttering silk banners, and petals scattered like memories. Soo Kai sat quietly in the corner of the set, script in hand but eyes wandering. Tan Songyun stood across from him, laughing with a costume assistant, unaware of the storm brewing behind her co-star's calm exterior. For weeks, he had buried the truth. Their chemistry had lit up screens across China. Fans dubbed them the warmest couple in C-drama, and hashtags trended daily, hashtag Soo Kai Songyun sweetness and hashtag Starlight CP. But while the began to bloom off script, Soo Kai didn't just admire her set, he was falling for her. Chapter 2. Whispers between takes. Rehearsal ran late into the night. In between retakes, they shared noodles, traded playlists, and whispered jokes when the director wasn't looking. "I'm pretty sure your sword-fighting skills peaked in episode 12, she once teased, nudging him gently. He laughed, eyes softening. "I saved your character 5 times, and that's all the credit I get." Their banter was natural, but to Soo Kai, every smile from her felt like a promise. Yet he said nothing. Not yet. Because the industry didn't make it easy for rumors traveled faster than light. A single could twist a friendship into scandal, or worse, destroy something fragile before it began. But that night, something shifted. Chapter 3. A scene too close to reality. They were filming a pivotal moment. His character confesses his love after nearly losing hers in battle. The director wanted raw, unfiltered emotion. "Forget the script," the director said. "Just feel it." The cameras rolled. Soo Kai turned to Tan Songyun. The crew watched in silence. "I've been by your side through every war, every storm," he said, voice trembling. "But not just as your protector. I've lied. I've hidden it because I thought it would ruin everything, but I love you. I have for a long time." To yell, "Cut." Because something was different. Words had weight. And Tan Songyun? Her face shifted from in-character grief to something real, eyes wide, breath caught. "Was that you?" The crew froze. Someone whispered, "Wasn't in the script." When fiction becomes real. Soo Kai stepped closer, no longer acting. "I meant every word," he said quietly. "I don't know how to keep pretending I don't feel this way." The assistant dropped his clipboard. Tan Songyun didn't speak right away. Her hand trembled as she reached for him, half in disbelief, half in instinct. "You're serious?" she asked. Soo Kai nodded. Around them, the entire set held its breath. Some crew members teared up, stared in shock. The boom mic operator whispered, "Is this happening right now?" And then, Tan saw a soft, radiant, unmistakably real smile. She leaned in and whispered back, "I was hoping you'd say it first." Chapter 5. After the shock. News didn't break immediately, but the whispers started. Someone on set moment. Soo Kai's words, Tan Songyun's expression, their embrace. Within hours, hashtag Soo Kai confession trended across Weibo. Fans dissected every movement, every line of dialogue from the last 3 dramas they'd done. Did they always love each other? Was the chemistry real this whole time? Their agencies refused to comment. But during a press tour weeks later, when asked about their incredible romantic synergy, Soo Kai simply looked and said, "Sometimes the best scenes aren't scripted." Chapter 6. The talk behind closed doors. Not everything was perfect. Could turn. Headlines could burn bridges. But Soo Kai wasn't backing I didn't confess for PR, he told her during a quiet rooftop dinner weeks later. I did it because I didn't want to walk away from this set never knowing. Tan Songyun took his hand. Then we walk away, she said. We'll walk forward. Chapter 7. The Unofficial Beginning. Though they never made a formal the matching bracelets, the same travel destinations, days apart. An anonymous crew member from the shoot commented on a fan forum. You all saw the on-screen magic. What you didn't see was how he looked at her when the cameras weren't rolling. Some hoped for another drama collaboration, and some simply wished them peace, away from public glare. But one thing was certain, the confession was real. It changed everything. Epilogue. When cameras but feelings stay. In a later interview, a journalist asked Soo Kai what his favorite scene from As Beautiful as You was. He didn't hesitate. The one where I stopped pretending. Was that on the call sheet? He smiled. No. That one was mine. Mountain air that evening was unusually still. A rare hush had fallen over the of As Beautiful as You. The team moved like shadows, their voices hushed as they sensed the delicate mood between the leads. Lanterns flickered along the edges of the courtyard where the final romantic scene of the day would be filmed. The stage was set, rose petals strewn across stone steps, silk screens fluttering lightly in the summer breeze, and ambient music playing through a distant speaker. Soo Kai stood to the side, script forgotten in his hand. But his mind wasn't on the lines. His eyes kept drifting toward Tan Songyun. She was laughing again, that soft, sparkly kind of laugh that he swore could cut through any noise. She leaned against a prop pillar, animatedly mimicking the clumsy way he'd tripped on his costume the day before. The makeup artist doubled over beside her. Soo Kai allowed himself a small smile, even though his heart was pacing like a film. He'd run out of ways to tell himself it was just work. It wasn't just work anymore. Not for him. Every time she touched his arm between takes, every time she handed him water without asking, every time she called him Kaiji in that teasing but kind tone, his resolve slipped a little more. And today he couldn't hold it in anymore. Behind the scene, behind the mask. Here in the first week of shooting, everyone had been nervous. Tan Songyun was known for her playful professionalism, Soo Kai for his intensity. The director had worried they might clash. But from the first scene, the connection was undeniable. She makes acting feel like breathing, he'd once confessed to the assistant director during lunch. Like I don't have to think. I just feel. What he didn't say was that it scared him. Because he didn't know when the acting stopped. Was it when she tucked his hair behind his ear in episode 5, unscripted? Or when she fell asleep on his shoulder between shoots and he didn't dare move for 40 minutes? He'd kept it bottled. For weeks. But recently, something had changed. She was more tender. Quieter sometimes when it was just the two of them. Her a beat longer before walking away, or sent him a look during scenes that made his stomach twist. Was she feeling it too? Or was he just projecting what he wanted to see? A glance, a pause, a shift. Soo Kai, ready? Called the director. Scene 62. Final take of the night. He nodded, straightening up. Tan Songyun moved to her mark, brushing her dress as she went under the soft spotlight. She looked ethereal, focused but tired. Her eyes met his, and just for a second, only a second, she gave him a tiny, knowing smile. It nearly undid him. The crew took their places. The clapperboard snapped. And as the camera light turned red, the world narrowed down to just the two of them. In the scene, his character was supposed to finally admit his feelings. He'd rehearsed the lines. But something inside him was shaking. Say it. Say it for real. He wasn't acting anymore. Tan Songyun turned to him, her expression soft with the quiet heartbreak her character to feel. Soo Kai looked at her, and the words on the page disappeared. In their place came something else. Voice more vulnerable than he meant it to be. Tan Songyun's brows lifted slightly. He continued, but not just as your protector. I've lied. I've hidden it because I thought it would ruin everything. But I love you. I have for a long time. There it was. Not his character speaking. Him. Young Guy looked at the director. The director blinked, confused. The camera operator leaned closer to the monitor. Tan Songyun didn't respond right away. Her eyes searching for a clue. Was this a new script version? A joke? But breath caught in the weight of what he'd just done. And she knew. This wasn't the scene anymore. This was him.
Real.
Nervous.
Brave.
One word, unspoken. A tremor passed across her lips. Her eyes shimmered with something unscripted. Second, she forgot the cameras too. You, she breathed. Kai didn't speak again. He didn't need to. Behind them, a prop assistant audibly gasped. Someone dropped their pen. Tan Songyun reached out. Only a small motion, fingers brushing his sleeve. And that was enough. The scene had become something else. Something honest. Something that would change everything. So once again, from all of us at K-Romance Central, thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story touched your heart, if it made you believe in love again, or if you just want to stay updated on every twist in this breathtaking saga, backhand index pointing right, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification button for more juicy K-drama updates. Because this is K-Romance Central. We don't just report stories. We bring the romance to life. Sparkling Heart.